Hello. The message here, if you choose to take it, is to let yourself be new. You're not obligated. We as people aren't obligated to be chained to who we've always been, to our past. There's a feeling of getting out of your own way to let yourself be happy or continue to be happy, or even to recollect moments where you were the most happy in your life, even before in your life, yeah? And who were you in those moments? You know, how identified with the who were you in those moments? Was it those dreams and aspirations truly, or those things that you were reaching for truly that were bringing the happiness, or was it something else? Or was it those dreams and aspirations that you were reaching for coming to pass in some way that gave you permission to be the person that could feel happiness, to be the person that wasn't chained to heavy things in the identity? And that permission slip was just the permission slip to fly, basically. This just feels like letting go of what holds us back in our old identity. Family, past guilt, past stories, the things that make us keep looking back in such a way that says, I am a victim, or I am restricted, or I don't deserve this because of this, Make peace, but move on. And I know we talk a lot on this channel, actually, about moving on from the past. And maybe that is easier said than done. Maybe the words have a different meaning than the actual moving on does. But it isn't just about moving on or forgetting or letting go or whatever these words might seem. It's like, what story are you telling yourself daily in the back of your mind and your thoughts with your words? What limitations and boxes are you creating, all based on who you've been, what your past has been? And are there like strings of guilt or restrictions that are still clinging and making it where maybe you don't let yourself or give yourself permission to really experience your true definition of happiness or happy moments, if that makes sense? I also seem to find myself out of breath in this message, so that could be for somebody. I'm even hearing smoker, so there could be something for a few of you with smoker. Just take what resonates. Again, you are new in each moment. That message keeps coming through. Like, you are a new person in each moment. The only thing that keeps the identity going is the recall, the retell. I'm also hearing a message directly from your team. You are loved and you are surrounded by goodness at all moments. You are goodness itself. You are surrounded by goodness. It's never been a matter of good or bad, good or evil, right or wrong, not in the way that you've adjusted to the standard of society to see it or read it or whatever, which really is just adjusting to yourself. Versions of yourself that you've been that are still reflecting outside, the war within reflecting outside. They're saying you're not obligated to any one course of action. You're who you want to be in this moment and always and beyond. And again, you're surrounded by goodness and you are goodness. So let yourself be good, feel good. And if good is too constricting of a word for some of you, if it feels too restrictive of like a character, an identity, something that restricts your truth, another word. Doesn't have to just be good. It can be acceptance, it can be happiness, it could be flow, whatever. Last, I'm hearing you don't need to be seen by the world to be happy. You don't need to be validated by the world to be happy. You don't need to be seen, recognized to be happy. And maybe you thought that you do, or maybe your priorities have changed from who you once thought you were or wanted to be, but you look like somebody who actually wants peace now, more than anything. I don't think you actually want a spotlight shone on you in such a way that could interfere with peace. Maybe you've seen what that's like, what that does, how people think, how they are. Maybe you've always had two minds about things, or split about things, or maybe it's just who you were and where you're going, who you were and who you are, who you were and who you want to be moving forwards, you know? This is something new. We've been feeling this new energy for a while of like stepping from one self to another, one world to another. And in each of your personal readings too, it shows up in different ways. It's pretty common in this collective. Even though for each of you it looks different, there's this pretty tangible transition between what was and what is and what's coming being quite different. Quite like two different things. Which also makes sense with the age that we are in, that we would experience this, how the ages are switching in our lifetime from Pisces to Aquarius. So, anywho, this is like the feeling that everything flows. 616, like you're on the right path, everything flows, everything happens when you really realize that it already is. Like what you want happens. Who you are is supported. What you need is there. Or you wouldn't be here watching this. It's switching into the mindset or moving forwards in the mindset of remembering that everything is already in alignment. And the more you embrace and accept and realize and allow that, the more that you flow forwards and you perceive that movement, that motion, that alignment that moves. Even if these words don't make a lot of sense to you and you still stayed to watch, hopefully this frequency, they're like, yes, the frequency will be translated. It will be given and transmuted in you, to you, from you, through you. These are just like watering the seeds, some of these messages are, okay? But continue to become and to let yourself become and to get out of the way of the new with what you think needs to happen versus knowing that what is happening is the perfect thing, even if you don't understand it or it doesn't seem so. Or there are maybe some, what you perceive as struggles or hard moments in it because like you want one thing, but you're not getting another. This could even be like your needs, you know, you're hungry, but you're not eating. There's something in that is aligned for the best with you. Know it, realize it, move forwards with the knowing, and it will also empower your choice, decision, manifestation as you do as well. The irony is when you surrender to what feels like it's not a choice, you automatically, at the same time, take the power of choice back. Really, probably doesn't make sense in words, but it's definitely there. Much love always, and thank you for receiving.